It's a dangerous game of chance played daily on interstates and highways. You see them everywhere. Semi-trucks, most are run responsibly, but not all. 15 people die a day in semi-truck crashes.
Our investigative team has uncovered over the past year the system put in place to keep you safe is not working.
Investigative reporter Jennifer Titus has part one of Blind Spots, the hidden dangers on our roads.
They bring back great memories. Graduation day from Ocala Christian Academy in 1988. We graduated in, June? And got married in November.
In 1988, Mark and Elisa Dill made the kind of promise
There we are doing the cake.
couples tend to make
My beautiful girl. You ready, my love?
in sickness and in health.
All right, my love.
Today, even with the latter in doubt,
2, 3. Okay. Ready and sit on back. Okay.
that promise remains.
Okay, feet up. All right. Now we're back in. We could go out on the back porch. 37 years ago, it's hard to believe.
There's a multiple vehicle accident, including an 18-wheeler.
Hey, bud, try not to move too much, okay? You hear me? Hey, don't move so much. Don't move so much. Stay right where you're at. Ma'am, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. Are you okay?
December 3rd, 2022, a semi-truck traveling from California to Florida with a load of grapes plowed into the back of the van filled with 4 generations stopped at a red light on US 27 in Groveland, Florida, near Orlando. Elisa's mom, Diane, was driving. Her sister, daughter, and granddaughter, all passengers.
And I wake up and I look at Christy and she's got her head hanging down and she has a little blood coming out of her mouth right here.
How are we doing in here, guys?
She's not responding to me.
Not responding.
Can you hear me?
All of them rushed by ambulance except Elisa. Injuries so severe, she had to be airlifted.
Then I found out later her extent of her injuries and it was pretty scary. I mean, here your daughters are in this situation, you can't help them. I couldn't hold them and hug them.
So I broke my back, like 9 broken ribs. I had a concussion, had a brain bleed.
The most critically injured, Mark's wife of 37 years, Elisa.
She's considered a quadriplegic.
It's there's I don't know if you could actually say like worse things than dying, but this is a horrible. It's just awful.
The fight now for the Dill family isn't just to heal, but to expose what they say is the awful truth they've learned about the crash.
That's infuriating.
Yeah.
This body cam video shows the driver of the crash, Rajvi Bagri, taking a drug test on scene. Florida Department of Law Enforcement records show he tested positive for morphine and meth. The state attorney's office told the Dill family's attorney that they were never referred a case from Groveland police.
We are now on the record, and the time is 10:14 a.m.
In a video deposition for the family's civil case, he refused to answer questions about the drug test, but he did admit he failed his written test for his commercial driver's license in English.
He testified he didn't even fill out his own employment paperwork. A company, JST Truck Permits in Fresno, did even fill out his job application on November 28, 2022, 5 days before the Florida crash. Records show he was given a road test, too.
Is any of this your handwriting?
No, sir.
Even the date of the road test makes little sense. November 30th, 2022. Records show on the date he was supposed to be tested, he was already on the road, starting in California, Arizona, Texas, Georgia, before finally ending up in Florida's Lake County, the site of that horrible crash.
Records also show that load was supposed to have 2 drivers.
I was alone.
Bagri was cited by Groveland police for careless driving and driving an unsafe vehicle and paid $282 in fines. He testified bad brakes could have been to blame.
Do you feel like the lack of braking systems from the trailer contributed to causing or the severity of this crash?
Yes, sir.
That truck was owned by Panu Brothers Trucking, owner Jaswinder Singh.
Are you familiar with the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations, sir?
No.
Do you know what the federal motor carrier safety regulations are?
90.
He testified in this March deposition with a translator that he used the same registration company, JST Truck Permits, to sign up and register the trucks and his drivers.
I did not fill any form. Whatever the form is filled, the GST filled the forms.
On their website, the company advertises that they can help you start your own trucking company. Singh testified the paperwork was in English, which he didn't understand, but they never translated what the paperwork actually said.
There's these companies out there that will help new trucking companies form. They're called compliance companies. And here there's one specifically set up for Punjabi-speaking people. It's a Punjabi-owned company. And they literally did everything for him. He said, they just said, sign here, sign here, sign here.
6 months later, in another deposition, after noting communication errors in the earlier deposition with the same translator, Singh changed his answer and said he did in fact understand the federal regulations.
Back on March 6, 2025, at the time of your deposition, you did not know the federal motor carrier safety regulations, correct?
ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ.
Which I said you right now that I knew that.
What you've testified to today is that you attempted to learn them after your deposition of March 6, 2025, correct?
ਹਾਂਜੀ.
Yes.
If this guy doesn't even understand what the regulations are, none of these safety measures were in place.
Not a single one. And I would like to tell you this is the exception.
When we reached out to JST Truck Permits about the allegations made in the March deposition, their lawyer sent us this statement saying Mr. Singh, the owner of Panu Brothers, testified at his September deposition that he, one, read and understood all of the FMCSA paperwork that he executed, and two, read, understood, and is familiar with all applicable FMCSA and USDOT regulations that apply to interstate motor carriers. It is Panu Brothers' responsibility to comply with all such regulations.
There's a lot of companies cutting corners and literally just starting trucking companies, signing the form, paying $300, getting insurance, and they're out there on our roadways driving up to 80,000-pound tractor trailers, killing and injuring people.
And we're also talking with industry experts about the lack of oversight and how that impacts your safety on the road. What they say needs to change. You can see part 2 of our series, Blind Spots, the hidden dangers on our roads, tomorrow night at 5:30, or stream it now on the 10 Tampa Bay News app. Jennifer Titus, 10 Investigates.